What's up, everybody? Sensei here. We are setting out today. I'm going to go break in the new machine, and I will show you what my chariot of choice is today. I'm very excited. I'm here with my boy, Mr. Cokeet Robinson.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, man. So this is gonna be fun. This is I don't want to get all sentimental, man, but you know, all considering what happened to me, I'm surprised that I'm even back this quick. You know, I was getting a lot of flack from all the riders are really cool. You know, I got a lot of great, I say always positive vibes from the riders, but non-riders are telling me I shouldn't ride again, I should quit, I should do this. And I'm just like, thanks, but no thanks. You know what I mean? And it was funny because I was talking with somebody, one of my buddies, and he basically told me I should just think about, you know, not riding again. And he was cool after I gave him his answer. So he was like, he said, you know, maybe you shouldn't ride. And I asked him, let me ask you a question, man. He goes, I said, did you ever wreck your car? He's like, yeah, man, I totaled a few of them. I said, but you drove again, right? And he's like, you know, man, I'm not going to tell you not to ride again, man. You got me on that one. So that's it. You know, you get up, you dust yourself off if you can, and you just ride it on out. And psychologically, I'm good. You know, I was out testing the wheel out yesterday, making sure that the wheel was straight and everything felt good on it. Did about 6 miles. But psychologically, I'm ready. I was riding, I pulled up to the red light coming out of my complex, and I was like, you know what, no, I'm good. I was gonna go out on the road, but I was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna come here to the park, put it through its paces, and I'm gonna ride the wheel ball naked. It's ball naked, no pads. I just wanna see how it feels, and then I'll know how to go forward setting this thing up. And that's another thing what I wanna say, is riding our EUCs, our biggest threat on the road are just distracted drivers. You know, so for all you new riders, veteran riders, just be careful. You can be the safest rider out there, but we cannot be safe for distracted drivers. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to hook up with y'all in a bit, and see you soon.
Please hang up and try again.
We made it to Brookdale Park. Beautiful day out here. I think it's probably about, let me get this lighting right, probably about 70 degrees out. And this is bittersweet. This is so awesome that I'm able to ride today. I kid you not. Nobody, well, can't say nobody. What I've been through was nuts. And I don't wish that on anybody. You know, I don't wish it on any rider. Nobody has to go through what I went through. But to be back riding today is like a heaven-sent gift. I thank everybody for all the well wishes, all the positive healing energy. It was phenomenal. Appreciate every last one of y'all. Love y'all. We're just going to take it easy today. I'm not looking to break the land speed record. I'm not looking to do any lane splitting. I'm looking just to ride, get used to the wheel. Like I said before, I'm riding this thing butt naked, no pads, none of that stuff on it. I just want to see what the balance feels like before I start hooking her up. And we are off, and just want to start this ride out by giving some shout outs. And the names, doesn't matter what order they come in, you know. I just want to thank everybody for always stopping by the channel, and that's across all platforms: Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. A lot of work goes into these videos. And I'm going to start off by thank you, Mr. Cokeet Robinson. You see him holding it down in the back there on the Sherman. Nightbird Scuffle, EUC Chronicles, Hammy Hamster, EUC Vibes, Mike from Is There Any Food, Black Cobra, Wilson, U-Stride, V, Zoom Wheel, Brian, James from Spinning My Wheel, and the whole New York City crew. I want to thank Arc Rides, Hafiz K. You know, there are so many great riders out there. I would just have to make a separate video on its own thanking everyone, you know. And this is a heartfelt video. especially coming back from the accident that I was in, being told from a lot of non-riders that I shouldn't ride again. And I put it in my mind that I was going to jump on this wheel. And as you can see on my shirt, it says, "Ride your wheel like you hate it." You know, and that's what I'm doing. And the whole "ride your wheel like you hate it," meaning that don't baby your wheel. It's going to get scratched. It's going to get dinged up. Because when you try to protect that wheel so much, it like takes your attention away from becoming a better rider. And I had one of my buddies that used to drag race cars, and he would always say that, "Man, you drive your car like you hate it." And I always, always will hear that in my head. So, as you can see, I'm rocking the RS19 high speed. And I want to thank EUC Vibes. I went to Black Cobra's rally, and EUC Vibes let me ride his RS19 Torque. And soon as my feet were planted on his wheel, I was like, I have to get me one of these, because it just felt so comfortable. It felt like it was just molded for my stance. Now I'm riding right now with no pads. As I stated, and this will be the third time, I'm riding this thing buck ball naked, just to feel it out, see how it feels, and then I will begin to dress it up. Because I've made the mistake of buying things for my Tesla, then once you get them, because you buy it before you really feel it out, and then once you get it on the wheel, it's like, man, I should have maybe waited. Maybe I should have rode the wheel a little bit more before I actually bought these things. So that's what I'm doing with this, and I'm pretty much making a list in my head of what I want to get. The wheel feels great. It feels balanced. It feels like I went from riding a Volkswagen like GTI, a hot hatch, so to speak, to a Porsche 911. Honestly, this thing is nasty. Now, I know I don't have a ton of miles on it, but I have enough miles under my belt where I can feel the difference. I can feel that the wheel is more stable. Not as nimble, but in some cases more responsive. It doesn't overreact to the imperfections in the road. This is something that I noticed right away. I was like, wow. It's almost like I'm standing on a suspension wheel, even though I'm not. You don't have to work as hard on this wheel as I had to on my Tesla. On my Tesla V2, you really had to work the wheel, especially on, these New Jersey roads suck. Most of them. These are smooth, but even inside the park, you got to be careful because you get these cracks and trenches, potholes, which makes no sense because I know people living in this area pay a ton of taxes, and there's no reason why the road infrastructure should be so bad. But this wheel feels amazing. After I finish this video, I'm going to get dressed and just go out and slap some miles on the wheel. But I'm just taking my time and running it through its paces, and we'll see what happens. As you can see, I was out on the road there, and I wasn't nervous. I didn't have shell shock, and that's what some people were stating, that I might be nervous. I'm not. I don't. I have a fighter's mentality, meaning like every great fighter is going to get knocked down or knocked out. That's just how it goes. And you just react to it. You know, you learn how to take a punch, you learn how to give one as well. You know, even though some fighters don't get knocked down in the ring, they get knocked down in sparring. It's going to happen. And it's the fighters that know how to keep their composure when the heat is turned up, so to speak. And that's me. You know, the heat was turned up. I got knocked pretty good. I will go into the details at a later date. Right now, a lot of things are pending, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, but I did take a pretty good knock. So all riders, please be as safe as you can. Be on high alert. But with me saying that, we can't be the safety police for distracted drivers. So if there's any distracted drivers watching this video, pay attention when you're behind the wheel. Stop the texting. You know, stop all the fidgeting around. The most important thing is keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel, and your mind on what you're doing. Because there is no text or no phone call that's more important than your life or someone else's life. You know. But I'm really enjoying myself. I just was like, wow, it felt so good just to have the pedals underneath my feet. And you can see I am not flying around. I am not trying to do some lane splitting, full sending action. I'm just taking my time, seeing how the wheel reacts with different movements. I'm trying to set up the alarms. I was having some trouble setting up my alarms, but I think I figured it out. Actually, Ustride has a really good video on setting up the EUC World ride alarm, so you might want to go check out his channel for that, and just go check out Ustride's channel in general, man. He has some phenomenal videos. I actually learned how to ride watching Ustride's tutorial. And anyone that's watched my channel, you can actually see that I borrowed from his riding style and adapted some of that into mine. You know, and I appreciate you, Stride. Thank you for all you've done for the community. Hopefully we can get a ride in sooner than later, bro. You know, I appreciate you, man. But yeah, as you can see me here, I'm looking at my phone and be like, dude, I'm having trouble adjusting these alarms. I think my alarm was gone off at 30.2 miles an hour. So that's as fast as I got the wheel up that day anyway. It felt good. And I didn't want to push it any further than that. I think 30 miles an hour is actually fast enough on a wheel. I know the high-speed RS is a 40-mile-an-hour wheel, but as long as my wheel can do at least 35 or 36, I'm happy with that, and the rest is all buffer, you know what I mean? So I know I don't suffer a cutout or anything like that. Again, appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming and joining me and supporting the channel and watching the videos. If you haven't subbed, think about subbing to the channel if you like the content. Again, I'm Sensei. Remember, you ride your wheel like you hate it. Be safe on it, but you ride it like you hate it. Hello, good night, and enjoy the rest of the video. That is it, everybody. What a ride. What a way to make a comeback. The RS19 is phenomenal. You know, I did have probably about 30 miles on it now, but comparing it to my Tesla, it's like night and day. It was like I went from a Volkswagen Golf to a Porsche 911, honestly. Loving how the RS19 high speed feels. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for joining me today. You remember, you ride your wheel like you hate it. Look at that. You be safe, but you ride it like you hate it. I'm Sensei. Hello. Good night.
Please hang up and try again.